YouTube. I am the Bearded Brother, and today we're taking a look at some EDC everyday carry equipment from Blue Alpha Gear. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you pause the video now, scroll down, and take a gander for that subscribe button. And once you found it, I would ask that you click that once for me. I do appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so as I said, we're taking a look at some EDC everyday carry equipment from Blue Alpha Gear. So in my previous video guys, I showed you all my battle belt, war belt setup if you will, first line equipment. This is more so my everyday carry. This is what you'll see me carrying, wearing on a regular day, right? On a Tuesday, on a Sunday, if I'm going to the range, to the grocery store and I'm carrying, I'm wearing this, all right? And so what are we talking about here, right? You know, a lot of people, you know, and as I've gotten more into firearm ownership and carrying, folks come to me more and more and ask me what it is that you need to get into EDC, right? Aside from the firearm itself, a holster, I think it's often overlooked that a quality belt is gonna be required, guys. And so when you hold this up, right, you see me, I'm supporting it just by one end here. This is really the determining factor in a quality belt. You see how rigid this is? You know, it's not flopping all on itself. You know, a regular belt, if I held it out horizontally like I'm doing now, we'd see that belt doing all kinds of loop-de-loops. And the reality of it is you can't have that when you're supporting a firearm on your waist, whether that's at appendix, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or if you're silly enough to do small at the back. Listen, the reality of it is you need something that's gonna hold that firearm upright and in place consistently, because not only are you relying on it to be there each time you reach for it, but you're also relying on the belt to, you know, provide enough bite, if you will, against your holster to make sure you get a consistent draw each time. And so again, if you ask me guys, I would say that people often overlook the belt. And so what are we looking at here today? This is a Blue Alpha hybrid EDC belt, and the reason they call it that, guys, is because if you look at the front here, right, I'll show you a close-up. You see that's a Cobra buckle there, right? These things are popular. Everybody likes these. They just look cool. These are official Cobra buckles, so if you don't have that Cobra on the front, it might be time to upgrade, guys. But the special, I guess, the call to fame with this one, guys, is the fact that this female end here is quite a bit narrower than a standard size hybrid, well, not hybrid buckle, but a standard size Cobra buckle. And so give me just a second here. I will compare this to my battle belts buckle, and we can show the difference and why these are so much better suited for EDC use, okay? All right, and so we got the battle belt buckle here. And you can see the difference, right? The size is substantially different. Even the male end is slightly smaller on the EDC belt, but the reason that they've got this female end so much smaller, right, is so that you can slide this female end now will slide through most, if not all, belt loops. I have one pair of pants that has, for some reason, abnormally small belt loops, and I have trouble getting this through, but I can still make it happen. And so that really is a big deal. Now I'll show you guys what I was using before this, and then we'll kind of compare the two, and we'll get into the specs of each belt, right? Okay, and so this is what I was using before. You'll notice also a Blue Alpha Gear, right? I told you guys before, they get all my belt money. So this is their low profile EDC belt. Now this is an option with the battle belt. You can select this. I selected this because I wanted something that I could wear day in and day out, and then also quickly adapt to my battle belt when it's a range day, right? The reason I switched from this is because you guys can see, right, I was kind of putting a bit of wear on my Velcro, starting to get some fraying on the nylon, wearing this day in and day out, right? I was beating it up pretty bad. Now, because I use this on my range days, I figured, you know what, let's just put this to the side and, you know, make it a range day only belt. But this belt essentially, right, is made from 2 layers of high quality, quite rigid actually. I'm squeezing that right there. Quite rigid, 1.5 inch nylon webbing, right? And so it's sewn together, of course. You get whatever color you want. They've got a few colors that you can choose from. You get black, coyote brown, OD green, or wolf gray. So of course this is the standard black, okay? And so the special thing about this is you get the Velcro on the outside, and that is primarily to fit with your battle belts. Now, it's important to remember they also do, I believe, make a version of this low profile EDC belt, and they make a version that's not going to have this Velcro on the outside. Again, this is kind of an option that you get when you get the battle belt, okay? But it is well suited for appendix inside the waistband carry, and I didn't have any qualms with that belt. Now, I switched to the hybrid EDC because, again, I needed something that was going to be more dedicated to my EDC setup. I do feel like it is quite a bit more rigid here, and that might just be due to the additional webbing that they use to affix that female Cobra buckle there. But again, 2 layers, high quality, 1.5 inch nylon webbing. The cool thing about Blue Alpha gear that I really do like, guys, and you'll see it here on the inside, you order by your pant size, guys, not by your belt size. And that's not very common in the industry, right? A lot of people, or a lot of manufacturers rather, will have you order by your belt size, and then you end up kind of in a happy in between, right? Or maybe an unhappy in between where you're not quite able to get the bite that you want from the belt, but you're also maybe a little bit too loose, and you're kind of floating in the middle. I like this because you get like a little bit of, they call it plus and minus in either direction, right? And so this is a 34. This 34 belt will also fit a 32 or a 36 size waist, and I can show you why that is, right? And so of course you got your fancy female end Cobra buckle, and then on this end you do have a bit of adjustability, okay? And so you see there's some Velcro hook and loop there, and you're able to, if you need to, resize this belt as needed, right? And so I've probably just jumped this belt up in size to close to a 36, and to be honest with you guys, I would imagine that you can adjust even closer to maybe a 38 or 40. You have quite a bit of adjustability here, right? And every bit of Velcro is room for adjustment, frankly. And so you can get it all the way down to its maximum size. And again, this is a size 34 belt. That to me, I would say is a 38 to a 40 waist right there. Again, from a 34 size belt. And so the cool thing about these is if you haven't been watching your diet, or you feel like you might be letting yourself go here on quarantine or whatever you're doing, right? This belt will kind of give you some room to both grow into it, and also you can also size it down as you saw me just do there, right? I can tighten this down as I need. But the coolest thing about this, guys, I mean, let's be honest, is that Cobra buckle. Everybody loves these, okay? And so that's pretty much the Blue Alpha EDC hybrid belt, okay? Very straightforward. I mean, it's a belt at the end of the day, but the reality of it is not all belts are created equal, and certainly not all gun belts are created equal. Again, Blue Alpha, I like them. They're based down in Georgia. I've never had a single issue with any of their products, and for that reason, I told you guys before, I'll say it again, they get all of my belt money. So whether that's the low profile EDC belt, which frankly, this thing has held up well. Either way, guys, this belt, if you ask me, can't be beat. And you know, if you watched it this far, just go ahead and head down to Blue Alpha Gear, hit up their website and grab one of these for your EDC. And while you're there, grab one of their range belts, duty belts, battle belts, whatever you want to call them, guys. They are superb. That's the adjective for the day, guys. These are superb belts. And frankly, I don't know that you'll ever have to replace one. And if you did, I'm positive Blue Alpha will take care of you guys. Without further ado, I'm the bearded brother. I'm gone.